Fog Football back again with another video today, and this news actually broke not long after we confirmed that Yuki Kobayashi has joined Celtic, and the Celtic fans are very happy about that. On our poll and on Twitter, they're loving it. Big Ange is trending worldwide. But in terms of the news today, it is that Martin Boyle is out for the rest of the season, and Hibernian have confirmed this. They say the club can confirm that Martin Boyle will miss the rest of the 2023 season after undergoing surgery on his knee. We recently heard that he was injured, but I didn't think much of it, to be honest. I thought, well, he's been picked for this Australian squad, but of course Australia then came out and said that he's going to miss the tournament, and you're thinking, fuck, that's not good. Maybe he'll be back for the start of the SPL games, Scottish Premiership games, but sadly that is not to be, and he's out for the season, and it's disappointing for him, it's disappointing for his country, but most importantly, it's disappointing for Hibs. I mean, what a player Boyle is. It was a great bit of business selling him and getting him back for fuck all, I mean, if I'm being honest, for Hibs, but Hibs need a bit more. They need a bit more now, because Martin Boyle being such a key player for them, he's no there. Hibs, who have not had a good start to the season, need someone now. They need, like Nisbet, he's back for injury, and they're going to need him firing on all cylinders, but he's not quite a Martin Boyle. Martin Boyle is a game changer. Look at him against Hearts. Came in, Hibs were absolutely shite in that game, and he turned it around, he changed it. Look what he did against Rangers last season. Fucking destroyed them. He's just a very good player, and there's a reason why. I'd say he's Australia's best player, man. I'm trying to. I mean, who else? Jason Cummins, Aaron Moy. No, my money would be on this man. But there's a main reason why this is a big blow. Of course, it is for Hibs, but there's for a certain man, and I think that name is Lee Johnston. And I bet you Lee Johnson is absolutely sweating it as we speak right now. So let's take a wee look at Hibs' result this season. In the friendlies, they beat Hartlepool 2-0. They beat Burton Albion 4-2. And they actually managed to beat Norwich City 1-0. They've got two more friendlies scheduled here in Edinburgh. 26th of November. Fuck, that's pretty soon actually. That's against Middlesbrough. And then we've got another one against Edinburgh in Edinburgh at Easter Road. In terms of Scottish Premiership, started off well against St Johnstone, then drew 1 each with Hearts in the game I'm talking about, then got beat 2-1 by Livy, drew 2 each with Rangers, which Rangers were down to 9 men. In my opinion, Hibs should have been going for the jugular, but they didn't. They then beat Hibernian. They got beat by St Mirren, of course they are Hibernian, and then they went on a 4-game winning streak, which is mad to think. Which is very good. So they've beat Kelly 1-0, they beat Aberdeen 3-1, they beat Ross County 2-0, then they beat Motherwell. And you're thinking, fuck, things are looking good for Hibs, but then they go and get beat 1-0 against Dundee United, the shitest team in all the land this year. And then they get pumped 6-1 by Celtic, which is just not very good. I mean, that's just going to lower your confidence all the mighty. They then go and beat St Mirren after they get pumped by St Johnstone, so they beat St Mirren 3-0. Then it's back to reality, a 4-1 scalping of Aberdeen, and to me that's a critical one, because that is one of their rivals, and they've been pumped 4-1. Like, there's just not much excuse for that. I remember that was a pretty bad game for a Hibbies point of view. We then had Hibernian taking on Ross County. Ross County win 2-0. I mean, Ross County travelling for Dingwall, shitey Dingwall, in the Highlands Dingwall, coming down and then absolutely turning over Hibs on their backyard. Disgrace, man. Absolute disgrace. And then they get beat 1-0 by Kelly. And as you can see, the next game for Hibs in the league is for Rangers, and in my opinion, I can't see Hibs winning this game or even getting a point. I just feel like Rangers are going to be so rejuvenated with getting a new manager, regardless of that is. I mean, there is the off chance that Rangers could continue to play as shite as they have been, but I just don't see that happening. Like, even if it was still Gio in charge, you would still have faith that Rangers would beat Hibs at home, playing shite, unwatchable football. But the fact now that Gio's away, and regardless if that's Michael Beale, Sean Dyche, Ralph Hasenhüttl, I still feel like Rangers would get the job done. New manager, old manager, nay manager, dead manager, doesn't matter. I feel like Hibs would have got beat here at Ibrox. And that brings us to the League Cup, which in my opinion was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. They beat Clyde 5-0. They then get beat 1-0 by Falkirk. And then Hibs beat Bonnyrigg Rose 4-1, but then Morton actually get awarded a 3-0 win, even though they won on penalties, because Hibs fielded an eligible player. I believe was it Rocky Bashuri? I think it was Rocky Bashuri. Comment if it wasn't Rocky Bashuri, but I mean, getting knocked out in a group with Clyde, Falkirk, Bonnyrigg Rose, and Greenock Morton. Like, come on, man. League One clubs, non-league clubs, and a pishy Greenock Morton. I mean, what? Who gets knocked out of a fucking competition by Greenock Morton? Who? Who actually would? So bad. So bad. It was Rocky Bashiri, actually. I'm just reading the Wikipedia page there. It says the elimination was confirmed when it transpired that Hibs had fielded a player who was under suspension, Rocky Bashiri, against Morton, which meant they had to forfeit the match. It's just not very good from their point of view. And if you look at the league table, they're currently sitting 8th, 5 points off of 10th place, well, in front of 10th place, and they are close to the top 6, so to speak. But again, it's just not good. And if you look at the League Cup table, man, that's embarrassing. It really is. Finishing 4 points behind Falkirk. Like, come on. That is truly awful. I mean, they finished closer to Bonnyrigg Rose and Clyde than they did Falkirk, and we're supposed to sit here and say that Hibs are great. Just not seeing it. They also pumped me in my Airdrie career mode on Football Manager that I'm not too pleased about, but that is what it is, guys. But anyway, Martin Boyle, he's going to be a huge miss, and in my opinion, it will be the end of Lee Johnson soon enough. And Martin Boyle, I think more or less confirms that, because it's not like Hibs are going to fucking replace him, in my opinion. So, aye, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Hibs, fucking Hibs get relegated, guys. Leave that down below. That could happen. That very well could happen. But anyway, honestly, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.